Good afternoon, and a warm welcome to all of you to the 41st Annual General Meeting of Titan Company Limited through video conferencing or other audio-visual facility. As a reminder for the smooth conduct of the meeting, the members will be in mute mode, and audio and video will be open when they will speak at the AGM as per the pre-registration. The facility of joining the AGM through video conference or other audio-visual means is being made available for members on first-come, first-served basis. All members who have joined this meeting are by default placed on mute mode by the host to avoid any disturbance arising from background noise and to ensure smooth and seamless conduct of the meeting. The speaker shareholder will thereafter be unmuted by the host. To start speaking, the shareholder is requested to click the video on button only once and wait till the video is on. If the shareholder is not able to join through video conference for any reason, the shareholder can speak through audio mode. While speaking, we would request the speaker to use the earphone so that he or she is clearly audible, minimize any noise in the background, ensure that Wi-Fi is not connected to any other device or devices, no other background applications are running, and there is proper lighting to have a good video and audio experience. If there is a connectivity problem at the speaker shareholder's end, the next speaker would be requested to join. Once the connectivity improves, the speaker shareholder may be called again to speak once the other shareholders who've registered completed their turn. Please note that, as per the requirements, the proceedings of the annual general meeting will be recorded and available on the website of the company. I now hand over the proceedings to Mr. Dinesh Shetty, Company Secretary of Titan Company Limited.
Thank you. Good afternoon, shareholders. This is Dinesh Shetty, General Counsel and Company Secretary of Titan Company Limited. I am very pleased to welcome you to the 41st AGM of the company held through video conferencing in compliance with all applicable laws. I would like to inform you that Mr. Arun Roy, Chairman of the company, will conduct the proceedings of the 41st Annual General Meeting from Chennai. Now, I would like to take you through certain points regarding the participation in this AGM. When the question and answer session starts, the moderator will announce the name of the shareholders who have registered as speaker shareholder one by one. We would request the shareholders to be slow and loud while asking their questions so as to capture them correctly. We would like to request the shareholders to limit their speech to 2 to 3 minutes. During the AGM, if a member faces any technical issues, he or she may contact the helpline number mentioned in the notice of the AGM or the e-voting helpline tab appearing on the top of the screen. Thank you. And now may I request the chairman to take forward the proceedings.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome all the shareholders to the 41st Annual General Meeting of the company. As the requisite quorum is present, I now call the meeting to order. I will now invite the directors to introduce themselves to the shareholders. Mr. N.N. Tata, Nominee Director of Tata Sons.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm a non-executive, non-independent director of the company, and I'm joining this meeting from Dubai.
Mr. Sandeep Nanturi, Nominee Director of TIDCO.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm a non-executive, non-independent director of the company. I'm joining the meeting from my office in Chennai.
Ms. Mariam Pallavi Baldev, Nominee Director of TIDCO.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm a non-executive, non-independent director of the company. I'm joining the meeting from my office in Chennai.
Mr. P.B. Balaji, Nominee Director of Tata Sons.
Good afternoon, shareholders. This is Balaji here. I'm a non-executive, non-independent director of Titan.
Mr. Ashwini Puri, Independent Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm an independent director of the company and I chair the audit committee in Titan. I'm joining the meeting from Delhi.
Mr. B. Sandhanam, Independent Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm an independent director of the company and I chair the Nomination and Remuneration Committee and the Stakeholders Relationship Committee in Titan. I'm joining the meeting from Chennai.
Dr. Mohanashankar Shivaprakasham, Independent Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm an independent director of the company. I'm joining the meeting from Chennai.
Mr. Sandeep Singhal, Independent Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm an independent director of the company and I chair the Risk Management Committee. I'm joining the meeting from Delhi.
Mr. Anil Chaudhary, Independent Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm an independent director of the company and I chair the Corporate Social Responsibility and Ethics Committee in Titan. I'm joining the meeting from Paris. Thank you.
Ms. Shalini Kapoor, Independent Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm an independent director of the company. I'm joining the meeting from Bengaluru.
Mr. C.K. Venkataraman, Managing Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm the Managing Director of the company and I'm joining this conference from Titan's corporate offices in Bangalore. Along with me here are Ajoy Chawla, Chief Executive Officer of the Jewelry Division, who will soon take position as the Managing Director of Titan Company from 1st of January 2026. Ashok Santalia, Chief Financial Officer of Titan, and Dinesh Shetty, General Counsel and Company Secretary.
Thank you, my colleagues on board, for your introduction. We also have the secretarial auditors and the statutory auditors attending this meeting. I thank all the members for joining this meeting. Hope all of you are safe and in good health. This meeting is being held through video conference in accordance with the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. A live streaming of this meeting is also being webcast on the NSDL's website. The company has taken the requisite steps to enable members to participate and vote on the items being considered at this AGM. The annual report for the financial year 24-25 was sent to all the shareholders through email in compliance with the directions of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. For your information, since there is no physical attendance of members, the requirement of appointing proxies is not applicable. The company has received 6 authorized representations from the corporate shareholders, appointing representatives under Section 113 of the Companies Act 2013 in respect of 47,10,07,920 ordinary shares representing 53.06% of the paid-up equity capital. The registers as required under the Companies Act 2013 are available for inspection. Notice of this meeting was sent to the members by electronic means to those who are entitled to receive the same. With your kind permission, ladies and gentlemen, I take the notice as read. Since there is no observation, qualification, or comments by the statutory auditors in their report on financial transactions or matters which have any adverse effect on the functioning of the company, pursuant to Section 144 of the Companies Act 2013, the auditor's report is not required to be read. Now I take this opportunity to read out the chairman's statement. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the 41st Annual General Meeting of your company, which is being conducted virtually pursuant to the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Securities and Exchange Board of India. Before I proceed, I would like to take a moment to honor the memory of Padma Vibhushan Mr. Ratan Naval Tata, Chairman Emeritus of the Tata Group, who passed away on 9th October 2024. Mr. Tata's visionary leadership, compassion, and deep commitment to the Tata values have left an indelible mark on the Indian industry, global businesses, and the society at large. Today, we remember him with deep respect and heartfelt gratitude for a life devoted to excellence, integrity, and service. I'm pleased to share a key strategic development with you about your company's jewelry business. Yesterday, your company has agreed to acquire 67% stake in Damas Jewelry, and the remaining 33% will be available for purchase by your company after 31st December 2029, subject to the terms and conditions agreed upon in the definitive documents signed in this regard. Damas Jewelry, headquartered in Dubai, is a premier jewelry retailer having a rich legacy of over a century. It's a trusted and iconic brand in the Middle East, known for its craftsmanship and deep customer connect. This acquisition marks an important step in your company's journey and will significantly strengthen its presence in the GCC region in line with our growth strategy. I would now like to draw your attention to the theme of this year's annual report, Pragati, the future we embrace. This theme reflects your company's forward-looking vision and its unwavering commitment to sustainability, inclusive growth, transparency, and ethical governance. As we navigate an ever-evolving world, the theme Pragati captures and reaffirms the essence of our journey, one deeply rooted in purpose and responsibility, and our ambition to lead with integrity and impact. This year marked a significant milestone for your company. It's a moment of immense pride for all of us that Titan surpassed rupees 50,000 crore in revenue during the financial year 24-25, an achievement reached within just 40 years of commencing operations. The financial year 24-25 witnessed widespread global disruptions, geopolitical tensions, military escalations, volatile trade dynamics, multiple elections, and rising gold prices created a challenging environment. These factors led to declining production volumes, strained global supply chains, rising input costs, and other pressures that collectively impacted profitability and cash flows of businesses worldwide. Amidst this backdrop, your company displayed remarkable resilience. During the year, the company's total revenue grew by 16% to rupees 54,842 crore. The watches and wearables division of the company recorded a revenue of rupees 4,576 crore, a growth of 17%. The revenue from jewelry division grew by 21%, touching rupees 46,571 crore, excluding sale of bullion of rupees 2,656 crore. The revenue from eye care division grew by 10% to rupees 796 crore. Indian dress wear division and fragrances and women's bag division recorded a consolidated revenue of rupees 406 crore, a growth of 7% over the previous year. Considering the company's performance in the financial year 24-25, the board has recommended a dividend of rupees 11 per equity share for your approval. I would now like to share a few updates from each of our businesses. Despite persistent increases in gold prices throughout the year, reduction in customs duty, and the Lok Sabha and state elections, the jewelry division delivered a commendable performance, recording a healthy 20% growth. This performance was driven by multiple strategic initiatives, including the transformation of retail stores into larger, remodeled formats, expansion of the retail network, introduction of lightweight and contemporary product collections, a focused penetration into select regional markets, and the strengthening of our omni-channel digital capabilities. Continued investments in high-value collections and the wedding segment also played a pivotal role in sustaining this momentum. Mia by Tanishq crossed rupees 1,000 crore mark, driven by strong network expansion, innovative products, and digital-first marketing. The brand continues to resonate with modern consumers and attract young buyers. CaratLane grew by 30%, leveraging its omni-channel strategy and innovative product lines to engage new-age customers amid rising competition. It also intensified its focus on gold jewelry and renewed its ambition for Shaya, its silver-focused sub-brand. Soya has emerged as one of India's leading luxury exquisite brands, catering to a discerning HNI clientele through distinctive design stories, rare stone craftsmanship, and curated retail experiences. The jewelry division continued to lead the way in responsible sourcing under its 4P framework: people, places, process, and planet. It also maintained 100% ethical sourcing of LPMA certified gold, recycled customer gold, and ethically sourced diamonds, setting industry benchmarks in a sector often marked by opacity. The watches and wearable division recorded a good year-on-year revenue growth. The premium momentum remains strong, with brands like Titan, Nebula, Edge, and Silas continuing to attract enthusiastic consumer interest. Our retail chains, Titan World and Helios, delivered healthy growth across both overall and like-for-like stores. Meanwhile, volume brands Fast Track and Sonata saw a remarkable turnaround, driven by innovative products and refreshed go-to-market strategies. New sub-brands like Vibe from Fast Track and Pose from Sonata helped bring in a fresh wave of buyers. Innovation reached new heights this year in the watches and wearable division, with Titan launching its first ever Tourbillon watch as part of the 40 Years of Joy commemorative collection, a limited edition masterpiece that sold out within a month. The brand also celebrated Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma's historic space journey with a special edition Unity watch, reinforcing Titan's reputation for storytelling through design. The eye care division closed the year on a strong note, fueled by strategic marketing investments and a sharp focus on growth. The affordable fashion segment brought in a wave of new customers, while the launch of Initia progressive lenses opened up a promising new category, with over 80% of buyers being first-time users. To tap into rising premiumization, the division expanded its international brand portfolio from 10 to 25. Over 100 stores were renovated and new retail formats, including Runway for premium sunglasses, were introduced. The e-commerce channel also saw buyer numbers double, underscoring the strength of our digital presence. Further, the division is integrating sustainability by introducing eco-friendly frames made from biodegradable materials like castor seeds. The fragrances business delivered strong double-digit growth, with e-commerce and quick commerce emerging as the fastest growing channels. It continued to build on its promise of exceptional quality at affordable prices, offering a wide range of outdoor perfume options. The skin brand has played a defining role in making fragrances a part of everyday grooming in India by consistently being a leading brand across department stores and online platforms and helping democratize fragrance use across the country. Earth Bags, launched in October 2022, continues to resonate with women aged 25 to 45 by offering thoughtfully designed bags that support active lifestyles and elevate everyday living. The brand is now available across 100 plus department stores, online marketplaces, and exclusive Earth outlets. Meanwhile, Fast Track remains a favorite among the youth, with its trendy and high-quality FT girls bags becoming a staple fashion accessory accessible through major online platforms and over 100 department store locations. Taneira is steadily emerging as a leading name in ethnic wear, driven by a clear vision to become one of India's most loved brands in the category. Its brand building efforts were anchored in the impactful marketing and meaningful community engagement, notably through the pioneering Weaver Shala initiative, now active in 18 locations. This program is revitalizing India's weaving traditions while empowering artisans, especially women, with the launch of the first all-women Weaver Shala in Samudragarh, West Bengal. Taneira also introduced its first ever Sari exchange program in partnership with Gunj, reinforcing its commitment to sustainability. With a robust supply chain involving over 300 vendors and 12,000 artisans, the brand is well positioned for scalable growth. Being a responsible corporate citizen, your company continued to make a meaningful impact among marginalized communities and supporting India's rich heritage of meaningful impact through focused initiatives aimed at uplifting underprivileged girls, enhancing skills among marginalized communities, and supporting India's rich heritage of arts, crafts, and culture. These efforts reflect a long-term commitment to creating deep, lasting engagement with the communities we serve. As always, it is a strong relationship your company has nurtured with customers, distributors, franchisees, vendor partners, and the wider community. Along with its relentless focus on product innovation, retail expansion, brand building, and the unwavering passion and commitment of every Titanian that have collectively driven this remarkable performance across all categories. I would like to reiterate the company's continued commitment under the Pragati program. As part of this initiative, we will intensify our focus on achieving net zero carbon emissions, reducing freshwater consumption, expanding afforestation efforts, strengthening partner responsibility, advancing diversity, equity, and inclusion, deepening community engagement, and upholding the highest standards of ethics and governance. Before I conclude, as you're aware, following an illustrious tenure as CEO of the Jewelry Division and subsequently as Managing Director over the past 6 years, Mr. C.K. Venkataraman will superannuate on 31st December 2025, passing the baton to Mr. Ajoy Chawla, who currently serves as CEO of the Jewelry Division. I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely acknowledge Mr. Venkataraman's outstanding contributions, particularly in establishing Tanishq as one of India's most trusted and admired jewelry brands, and in cementing its reputation as a benchmark of excellence during his tenure as CEO of the Jewelry Division. Under his exemplary leadership, the company has reached remarkable milestones and scaled new heights. On behalf of the board and all shareholders, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Venkataraman and wish Mr. Ajoy Chawla every success as he embarks on his journey as Managing Director from 1st January 2026. On behalf of the board, I would like to place on record our appreciation for the hard work, dedication, and efforts of the management for their accomplishments during the year. Thank you. I now request the Company Secretary to explain the sequence of the meeting and the process of voting on the resolutions in the meeting.
Thank you, Chairman. The Companies Act 2013 and SEBI listing regulation provide for facilitating electronic voting on the resolution as covered in the notice of this AGM. Accordingly, the company has provided its members the facility to cast their vote through remote e-voting system administered by NSDL. Facility for voting at the meeting is also provided for members present here through video conference and who have not voted yet. Members may please go to the voting page of NSDL e-voting website and cast their vote while at the same time watch proceedings of this AGM. Mr. Pradeep Kulkarni, practicing company secretary, has been appointed as scrutinizer, scrutinized the votes cast at the meeting and through remote e-voting. Since the AGM is being held through video conference or other audio-visual means, and the resolution mentioned in the notice convening this AGM have been already put to vote through remote e-voting, there will be no proposing and seconding of the resolution proposed in the notice of the AGM. May I now request the chairman to continue with the proceedings.
I now request those members who have registered to speak to ask their questions one by one.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. We now invite our first speaker member, Mr. Arun Kumar Bopanna. Mr. Bopanna, may we request you to unmute your audio and video and ask your question now?
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thanks to INBA, the CS and the team for arranging the BC and the annual report that speaks numbers and values. First, in memory of Ratan Tata, a legacy etched in history, on the 9th of October 2024, the doors of heaven laid the red carpet for Mr. Ratan Tata, and the gods came down in reverence to escort Ratan Tata home. That moment was an epoch in history far beyond any award or a title beyond Bharat Ratna. Sir, it's Tata's a century-long arc from Jamshedji to ESG. ESG was formally introduced by UN in 2004, but Tatas were living it through inclusive community development over a century. Titan is a living embodiment of that arc and much more. Founded in 1980, Titan was a movement training young women and men in precision manufacturing. Goldsmith became partners in new ecosystem. Integrity, the Bangalore headquarters, not just a word etched in stone, but a value lived in action. How many companies can boast of it? As Titan is plus 40 plus, it is now a design lab for national progress. Could the board quantify the environment and financial savings achieved through RE initiative? Titan's expansion into eyewear, fragrance, fashion, accessories, and smart wearables is notable. What is the capex and anticipated revenue contribution from these segments in FY26? Beyond Changam and Hosur, what are the upcoming plans for rooftop solar development and HAV lighting efficiency upgrades? Are we integrating solar rooftops, rainwater harvesting, and EV charging infrastructure at major outlets under green retail blueprint? The TACP and 4P program represent a new standard in supply chain stewardship. Could you share examples of how these frameworks have tangibly uplifting vendor livelihoods and ESG performance? What is the impact of high gold prices in the lab-grown diamonds? Mr. Noel Tata looks very serious. I'd like to cheer him up. Sir, the Titan is a joint venture between aristocracy and bureaucracy. Tata's aristocracy did not overstay for the purpose. TIDCO's bureaucracy did not overstay for purpose. It was restraint, humility, and noble intent which triumphed over power for public purpose. Titan remains a model of collaborative governance where aristocracy serves without dominance and bureaucracy led without fear, for both honoring the idea of India. In an era where profit often drowns with purpose, let every product carry precision with purpose. May Titan keep making time for timeless values with innovations and progress. Thank you very much. I hope Mr. Tata and Venkat are smiling. Venkat always smiles. Mr. Tata, you're very serious about this. Is not in our Tata culture at all. Balaji, I can't see. I hope he's also smiling. I finished in 3 minutes, Mr. Tata. You must be happy about it.
Thank you, sir. We will now move to our speaker number 2. That's Mr. Yashpal Chopra. Mr. Chopra, may we request you to please unmute your audio and video and ask your question now?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, myself Yashpal Chopra, shareholder from Delhi, super senior citizen, advocate by profession, and shareholder of the company for more than 2 decades. So, first of all, I would like to bless the entire management, starting from the chairman to the last man in the organization, because they are really the gems of Tata Group, and they are doing fantastic for the company. That I would just like to say that in spite of a very, very turbulent global economy and confused domestic economy because of the general election 2024, our company made the lifetime high revenue. So this is a big achievement. For that, kudos for the management. I'm sorry to say that I started the business before even paying my homage to the great Ratan Tata ji. He was a financial wizard. He was a gem of the corporate sector. He had contributed a lot for the social upliftment, and a person like that will be remembered forever, because after Jamshedji, Mr. Ratanji had a great impact on the society, even on the corporate world, and upliftment of the image of the Tata Group. So I will such personality comes after a long time. We will remember him. Sir, as regards the business, I have said that the last year, in spite of all those turbulent situation, our company did marvelous, excellent, a lifetime high in sales revenue. This is a great achievement. But for the current year, I will say now the gate is open for the Pragati, because the government's attention is full on the implementation of the PLI schemes and providing the congenial atmosphere. Our what you call that Modi dream, just to take our country to this 5 trillion economy, and just providing finance ministry has provided liquidity to the consumers, and there has been a reduction in the rate of borrowing. So all these facilities are just going to be a booster for the consumers of our industry. Sir, before proceed further, I have to thank our management, particularly for my last year, the request. The last year I made a request that as my Sonata was given by my company Indian Oil as a long service award was got damaged, and I wanted to have the service center number from Delhi, and I had just asked for the number only, and the management was kind enough. The next morning I saw two persons standing on my gate and asking me, are you Mr. Yashpal Chopra? I said, yes. So you have got some problem with the watch? Come in. So he had seen all that. But I thanked them for the courtesy visit. But because my watch, while somebody was snatching because of the gold chain, it has broken one of the hook from this cabinet. And so I was willing to get this cabinet replaced. And he said, that, sorry, sir, these are a very old model, and we do not have any such cabinet in our stock. So in spite of our willing to help you, we cannot help it. No problem. But I requested him that if at any stage there is any exchange offer, I would like to go for that because this product is a dynamic product, is very nice product. I cannot throw it like that in the dustbin. Sir, future is definitely bright. So I have to just give a few queries for your as a food for thought. The first query is that I will definitely compliment our Mr. Dinesh Shetty for getting us a very nice annual report containing all those details and all that. But sorry to say that just going through the entire, I could not find out one email which is very much precious for the investors to approach the share department. I could not find out the email for the investors approach to the company. So he has to just see that thing should be there in future. And if he can provide me on my mail, I will feel obliged, sir. Sir.
Mr. Chopra, may we request you to please finish your question?
Now I just come to some queries. The first is my query is, sir, what is the impact of rising prices of gold? Because every day, courtesy, Mr. Our warlike situation, the gold price is just going high and high. So what shall be the impact of that on our jewelry section? So this is the one question. And then the second is, of the 5 verticals, which is the best paymaster? That I have listened from you, that jewelry is the paymaster. So that is not a query. So then what is my next query is, what is the future of watches industry? Because now the people have got a mad craze for the mobiles, and so that that craze for the timing, that is no more there. Now the watches have remained only as a part of ornament. So I just want to find out that how long we can go with the watches industry and what is going to be the future of that. And the next question is very simple question. That is the gender ratio among the workforce. I know that you are maintaining that ratio among your directors. So that's very good. So before I wind up, I would like to thank our corporate governance and particularly the team under which Madam Nazia is there. Madam, Nazia is there. She has been reminding me. So I am obliged to her. I am obliged to INBA people for getting me a chance to speak. And before I wind up, I pray God for the positivity and the pragati for the entire management from the top to the last, because that means the growth of the company and growth of my investment. And I wish you happy festival greeting for the festival which are coming ahead. Best of luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chopra. We will now move to our speaker number 3. That's Mr. Hari Rao. Mr. Rao, could you please unmute your webcam as well? Thank you. You may ask your question now, sir.
Dear Chairman, my share number is, at the outset, I congratulate management and employees of Titan, led by our dear Venkatraman, for a spectacular achievement in this year, like 24-25. Our company's revenue, with a span of 5 years, nearly tripled and crossed 50,000 crore, and this year 55,335 and all that. And they both jewelry, watches, and every other sector had done well. All these despite very adverse global conditions. And what is more important is that the team has made Titan shares the highest in the Tata Group. Even previously, it used to be TCS used to be the jewel of the Tata Group, and now Titan has taken over that position. It is very important to remember Mr. Ratan Tata. I had the opportunity to take him around when he first visited Titan, and both here as well as when they requested him to inaugurate our colony and all the things. He visited a couple of times. Then we built some watches for him, and he has been a great inspiration, as much as JRD himself, who was actually from the beginning the initiator. Coming back to this time, I must profusely appreciate the 41st annual report itself, because with vivid detailed disclosures and highlight Titan's corporate governance as a benchmark. I also congratulate secretarial excellence in the company, led by Dinesh Shetty. Mr. Venkatraman in his message highlights Titan's focus on founder's vision, that is Jamsetti's vision, by inbuilt organization culture anchored in total belief in employees, their innovative potential and commitment to results, as well as embracing all stakeholders, the development program and assisting them. This year, very highlight of the company's Pragati program with the seven-pronged approach is a unique one. I congratulate CSR team led by Venkat for their innovation, dedication, and making creativity of the underprivileged. The jewelry and watch business depend on allocable surpluses society. But the performance of steel, which has grown and turned in a revenue of 870 crores and performing well in the aerospace and defense requirements, is addressing the critical need of security of the country. While the entire business actually focused on allocable surplus, which can happen only in a peace condition, the steel's operations actually support even in the turbulent condition. The world continuing in ravaging wars for last 4 years seems to be heading towards escalation rather than to peace. The unbelievable transformation in technology of war, which has moved from ground to atmosphere, resulting in huge attention towards security of the countries, will change the nature of demand on steel itself and is bound to provide new opportunities as well as challenges in not only in quantum but also in science and innovation upgrade needs. It's now essential to nurture activities and investments of in steel with utmost care and revisit the hugely broadened vision. Revisit with hugely broadened vision. Other companies, other businesses, including Parrot Lane, have shown remarkable innovations and exceedingly well. I thank the board for recommending a dividend 11 rupees per share this year also. At this important stage, when Titan is actually chasing a huge vision, we are likely to see the retirement of dear Venkat, who has marshaled all energy of Titan and led the team to spectacular result over the last 6 years. He is scheduled to lay down office by December. This is a big setback, I'm sure. But and I request him to kindly continue to lend his guidance to equally brilliant colleague, Mr. Ajay Chawla, who it seems to be earmarked to take over from the Venkat. I'm happy to note that Mr. N. Tata is continuing to guide the company. I sincerely request him to guide and support Titan in the future as well. I thank Basco Bhatt and all other directors for their invaluable contribution to success of Titan. I thank you for your kind attention, providing me the opportunity to address the 41st AGM in my 94th year. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We will now, before we take our next question, we'd like to request our speaker shareholders to please limit your questions to 2 to 3 minutes. If you have any specific questions, you may also write to the secretarial team. Our next speaker member, speaker number 4, is Mrs. Prakashini G. Shenoy. Ma'am, may we request you to please unmute your audio and ask your question now? Ms. Prakashini Shenoy? Looks like Mrs. Shenoy's connection has dropped out. We will therefore move to our speaker number 5. That's Mr. Manoj Kumar Gupta. Mr. Gupta, could you please unmute your connection and you may ask your question now?
Hello.
Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, fellow shareholders. My name is Manoj Kumar Gupta. I have joined this meeting from my resident city of Joy, Kolkata. I feel proud to be a shareholder of Titan, and I thanks to our beloved Chairman and his entire team for the excellent result of the company for the year 24-25. And I totally agree with Dr. Bopanna. Today we looks that Mr. Tata is very serious. We do not find that he's listening our view, because in other meeting we find him that he always keep smile. But if the management is smile, then everyone will smile. So we request him to kindly smile and listen our view. Sir, first of all, let me start my speech with tribute to Mr. Tata. That Mr. Tata was an uncommon leader whose contribution shaped not only to Tata Group, even that very fabric to our nation. And sir, he inspired by example with an unwavering commitment to integrity and innovation. Tata Group, under his chairmanship, uh, expanded its global footprint. His legacy will continue to inspire us. सर, जब भी वो कलकत्ता आते थे तो हम कहते थे कि आपके पेरेंट्स ने आपके तीनों भाइयों का नाम बहुत सोच समझ के रखा है कि आप, एक का नाम रतन, एक का जिमी, एक का नोवेल, और आप तीनों ने अपने नाम से प्रूव किया है। क्योंकि आपका जो नाम आपके पेरेंट्स ने रखा रतन, तो आपने रतन पूरा करके दिखाया। और जिमी साहब ने, हम कभी जीवन में जिमी साहब को देखे नहीं, मिले नहीं, बट सुना जो कि वो भी बहुत सिंपल, और नोवेल टाटा साहब ने नोवेल उनका नाम, तो उन्होंने भी प्रूफ किया। तो ये हम उनको कहते थे, और वो हमेशा इन्वेस्टर फ्रेंडली रहते थे, और मिस्टर नोवेल टाटा भी वैसे इन्वेस्टर। एंड सर, आई टुडे बहुत अच्छा भी लग रहा है, खराब भी लग रहा है कि आवर एमडी विल रिटायर ऑन 31 दिसंबर, बिकॉज ये एक गवर्नमेंट का नियम है कि एट द सर्टेन एज पीपल शुड रिटायर। बट आई विश टू गॉड फॉर हिज हेल्थी एंड प्रॉस्पेरियस सेफ लॉन्ग लाइफ to achieve his goals in coming time. And sir, CSR, I will not say single word over the CSR because we know the Tata's culture of the CSR. Sir, any plan to demerge of any business? Any plan to demerge of any business? And sir, how you will face the competition in jewelry business? There is a lot of competition. 5 or 6 listed companies are in the market in the jewelry business. So how you will face the competition in the jewelry business? Which business is most profitable and returnable? Which business? And sir, your Taneria brand is not giving good return because there is a tough competition in the market. Because I reside in Calcutta, our community and the other community people do not like to go Taneria because there is in जहाँ आपका तनेरिया है ना सर, वहाँ आपकी बहुत सारी लोकल ब्रांड की दुकानें भी हैं जो बनारसी साड़ी, कांचीपुरम साड़ी, बेंगलोर की, मद्रास की, हैदराबाद की सब साड़ी रखते हैं, और वो जो ना ठीक दाम पे देते हैं, और तनेरिया जो प्राइस फिक्स है टाइटन की तरफ से उस पे। तो हाउ यू विल फेस ए कंपटीशन इन द तनेरिया फ्रॉम स्टेबलाइज ब्रांड एंड अदर ब्रांड? क्योंकि पार्क स्ट्रीट एरिया और जो प्राइम एरिया कैलकाटा का, चाहे दिल्ली का चांदनी चौक बोलिए, कहीं भी बोलिए, तो उसमें आप साड़ी में कैसे कंपटीशन फेस करेंगे? और आई प्लस, उसमें अभी लेंस कार्ड और ये सब आ गए, उसमें भी बहुत बड़ा कंपटीशन है। जब भी मैं देखता हूँ तो आई प्लस में 1-2 कस्टमर मिलते हैं, बाकी दुकानों में 50 कस्टमर मिलते हैं। तो देर इज ए टफ कंपटीशन इन द मार्केट। और सर, टायर 3 और 4 सिटीज के लिए आप क्या प्लान है, ये थोड़ा बताइएगा। और वाई आर यू नॉट ओपनिंग एक्सक्लूसिव शोरूम एट एयरपोर्ट? बिकॉज अब जो एयरपोर्ट हो गए ना सब मोदी जी के राज में, विद द हेल्प ऑफ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, वो इंटरनेशनल लेवल के एयरपोर्ट हो गए हैं कि लोग अपनी जो ना मेड इन इंडिया की ब्रांड लेके बाहर जाना चाहते हैं, आत्मनिर्भर भारत की चीजें। तो आप टाइटन का कोई एक्सक्लूसिव शोरूम जिसमें कि आप जो है ना एयरपोर्ट पे, और रेलवे स्टेशन भी अब रिनोवेशन हो रहे हैं, जैसे अब भोपाल हुआ, हबीबनगर, अहमदाबाद हो रहा है, तो उनमें कोई एक ऐसा शोरूम बनाइए जिससे कि लोग जो है, व्हाई आर यू नॉट ओपनिंग ए 1 or 2 शोरूम एट ताज होटल्स for your
Mr.
exclusive
Gupta, may we
watches?
request you to please wind
I
up your
will take 1
question,
minute
sir?
more. Inba ma'am, 1 minute, 1 minute. And made India product, or how you will attract the young generation? Young generation do not want the buy of Titan watches. How you will attract to the young generation to buy the Titan watches? Or I congratulate you and your entire team to acquire the 67% in Dubai-based jewelry company. And sir, last but least, I will say you one thing with a heavy heart: keep transparency in the registration of speakers. Transparency should be there. There should be no partiality, sir. It's my humble request because you runs the state, big state of Tamil Nadu. So it's, as a chairman, it's my humble request to your honor to kindly ask the secretarial department. It's my humble request to Mr. Tata also to instruct the secretarial department in entire Tata companies, keep transparency in the speaker registration. Do not keep discrimination and partiality. first come, first serve basis should be followed when you open the registration at 9 o'clock. This system should be followed, sir. It's my humble request. With this, I conclude my speech and I strongly support all the resolutions.
Thank you very much. We've been able to reconnect with Ms. Prakashini Shenoy. I'll just unmute her connection. Mrs. Shenoy, could you please unmute your microphone and you may ask your question now?
Yes. Madam, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Prakashini Ganesha Shenoy from Bombay. Respected Honorable Chairman, other dignitaries on the board, and my fellow shareholders, good afternoon to all of you. I received the AGM report well in time, which is colorful, informative, transparent, and contains all the information as per the corporate governance. I thank Mr. Dinesh Shetty and Nazia for the same. I should not forget to thank Nazia once again for reminding me of today's meeting, without which I won't be in a position to speak. Thank you once again, Ms. Nazia. The chairman, Mr. Arun Roy, has given a beautiful picture regarding the company and its working in all the parameters in a beautiful way. And you have not let us ask any questions. Even then, I have one or two questions. Thank you, Chairman, sir. It was a wonderful speech, which I could admire. And at the outset, I'm thankful to the board for recommending a dividend for the financial year 24-25. I am also glad to note that the company is doing outstanding work in the field of CSR activities. I am also happy to note that the company has done robust performance during the year in respect of revenue, PAT, PBT, etc., in all 5 sections. Now my question. Sir, my first question is, among which 5 we are getting the highest revenue? And my next question is, what is the future plan of the company? And my last question is, how are we planning for Digital India? Chairman, sir, last but not the least, my earnest request to you, please continue with VC so that people all over will have an opportunity to express their views. Sir, I'm one side sad to said goodbye to Mr. Venkatraman, who is stepping down in December. Sir, wish you healthy, wealthy, and prosperous retired life. And I welcome Mr. Ajay as MD. Since he's got vast experience, I hope he would also be in par with Mr. Venkatraman. I wish the company good luck for a bright future and pray God that the profit of the company shall reach the peak in due course. Sir, I strongly and wholeheartedly support all the resolutions put forth in today's meeting. Thank you, Chairman, sir.
Thank you. We now move to our speaker number 6 who would like to ask a question over audio, Mr. Yusuf Yunus Rangwala. So could you please unmute your microphone and ask your question now?
Sir, can you hear my voice? Very good. Vanakkam, sir. Vanakkam. Sir, आपको आवाज आ रहा है, sir?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Sir, vanakkam, sir. First अपना नॉल, sir. और अपना चेयरमैन सर अरुण राव सर, सबको मेरा सब प्रणाम नमस्कार सर। मैं मुंबई से यूसुफ रंगवाला बात करता हूँ सर। मैं आपका टाइटन का आई एम द ओल्डेस्ट शेयर होल्डर ऑफ दिस कंपनी इन वन ऑफ द एक्सीलेंट कंपनी सर। सर इसके बारे में क्या कहना सर? जहाँ पे अच्छा है सर, 577.99 करोड़ ऑपरेटिव प्रॉफिट, 11 मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्लांट, 435 पीपल, 11 फैक्ट्रीज एंड जोया 12 जोया टेनिस 522 सर। सर और अपना मैडम अपना कंपनी सेक्रेटरी मैडम नाजिया मैडम को बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ। शी इज वर्किंग फ्रॉम द मेनी ईयर, बट उनकी सर्विस लाजवाब है। नाजिया मैडम ने उन्होंने मुझे फोन किया, वेदर यू रिसीव लिंक, दिस शोज हाउ आवर कंपनीज आर ग्रोइंग। सर माय वन पॉइंट, sir, I am using a Titan from 20. I am using a Titan watch from 20 years, but a Titan watch is going on. This shows how all the products, Titan, Sonata, and all the products are very world famous, sir. And I'm very happy with our company progress, sir. Sir, only my humble request, sir. Why not arrange a factory visit, sir? Many years past, sir, Sir, I would like to have a factory, sir, if possible. Sir, this is a 41 annual general meeting. Has to given 11 rupees dividend. That is a very fantastic, very handsome and very excellent return, sir. आज अपना मार्केट में रेट भी अच्छा है क्योंकि नॉन टाटा साहब इस बोर्ड पे है सर. उनका होना इस बोर्ड पे काफी है सर. एक उनके लिए शेयर पर जैसे चमकते रहे सितारे, जैसे चमकते रहे, just like a star shining. We having on excellent on the board, sir, Titan, and all the people and all of the staff and the secretary team, they have excellent, sir. I salute their service, sir. उनके लिए सर मैं बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ सर. फूलों की खुशबू टाइटन का साथ हमेशा रहे सर. मेरा घर वाले सब टाइटन का यूज करते हैं सर. मैं यही खत्म करता हूँ सर. सर टाइटन का चश्मा भी अच्छा था, फ्रेम सर. व्हाट आर न्यू फ्रेम आपने इंट्रोड्यूस इन दिस ईयर सर. बस मुझे और कुछ नहीं पूछना है सर. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र. आपको 15 अगस्त का शुभकामना देता हूँ. रक्षाबंधन का शुभकामना देता हूँ. सब त्योहारों का आपको शुभकामना देता हूँ. सब यहाँ ही अपना आनंद करता हूँ. आपका सर थैंक यू वेरी मच. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र. और आपको सब त्योहारों का शुभकामना देता हूँ. All of my friend and my fellow shareholders. Vanakkam, sir.
Thank you very much. We now move to our speaker number 7, Mr. Satish Shah. Would like to ask a question over audio. Please go ahead. Could you please unmute your microphone?
हेलो, आवाज आ रही है?
जी सर.
थैंक यू श्रीमान चेयरमैन सर और अन्य डायरेक्टर्स. मेरा नाम सतीश शाह. आपने अपनी चेयरमैन स्पीच में कंपनी के बारे में बहुत ही अच्छी तरह से समझा दिया. दिस ईयर कंपनी का परफॉर्मेंस भी अच्छा रहा और हमें डिविडेंड भी अच्छा मिला. तो मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि कंपनी की रिगार्डिंग क्या है डिविडेंड पॉलिसी. और सर मैं एक बात पूछना चाहता हूँ कि अभी लास्ट जो आरबीआई की पॉलिसी हुई और जो टैरिफ का जो माहौल है, तो उसमें कंपनी में क्या इफेक्ट होती है. और आज जो भी रेजोल्यूशन रखा है उसमें मेरा फुली सपोर्ट है. और सर ऑल ओवर इंडिया में अपने कितने स्टोर्स है टाइटन के स्टोर्स. थैंक यू. विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट. थैंक यू सर. विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट.
Thank you. We now invite our speaker number 8, Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt. So may we request you to please unmute your connection and ask your question now.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
We can't see the videos.
So, Mr. Bhatt, could you please accept the prompt and unmute your video as well?
Okay, I'll try. There's no video prompt here. That's why I can't unmute. Anyway, you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chairman Mr. Arun Roy, Vice Chairman Mr. Noel Tata, Managing Director C.K. Venkatraman, and Directors of the Board, it is indeed a pleasure and privilege to go through the annual report of the company. It is comprehensive, authentic, and informative. Congratulations. I have just 3 points to make. This will be Mr. C.K. Venkatraman's last AGM as MD. He has very ably and diligently led the company for 6 years. But remember, the first 2 years were devastated by COVID. But the company's affairs, even during those 2 years, were managed exceptionally well, and he led from the front. Not just in terms of managing the business, but carrying business partners and society at large with the company. And his achievements, of course, have been recognized nationally by the Economic Times and most recently the Lifetime Achievement Award. Congratulations also are due to the directors of the company for steering this company not merely in terms of business and good governance, but as a corporate entity, much respected, perhaps the most respected from shareholders as well as society's point of view. I will now come to my 2 or 3 points. The bottom line of the company has, I know, been affected by customs duty drop. Perhaps a mention of that in the annual report would have been useful. I know that in the past it has been mentioned in the meets. It is indeed very, very heartening to see the performance of the eyewear and teal businesses. Both are almost similar in terms of turnover and profits. And that is where I want to make a suggestion, which is I think both these businesses are significantly scalable. Eyewear perhaps has some global potential, and Teal, of course, has great potential as has been recognized by both the primary shareholders. The last point really is about what I, as a shareholder, would like to see, which is the uniqueness of Titan as a company of great integrity, great credibility, and great business, and a fantastic balance sheet. I think it's not just a business, it's become an institution. I believe this company can play, with the help of two shareholders, the Tata Group and the Tamil Nadu government, a more important role in national, in influencing policy. Chairman, you mentioned about sourcing of gold, for example, how Titan does it in a very, very different way and ethically and so on. I believe that influence, just demonstrating that and working with the policy makers could help. The second is in, for example, eyewear. Eyewear is quasi-healthcare. And we know that the unorganized sector, the optometrist quality, perhaps there is no optometrist at all. Could there be an effort at certifying the eyewear or the eye care retailers who may pass off poor quality lenses and it can affect? So that's advocacy in general for a company which is extremely credible. That is one point. And the last point is a little tangential, but as a shareholder, we have a CSR, great CSR program, a wonderful sustainability effort, and Pragati captures all of that. Is it time for us as a company, from the shareholders' point of view, certainly I would support it, which is like we have a dividend policy which is articulated in the annual report. A CSR policy has been articulated, but suppose we went beyond the 2% and the company said, the big problem in this country is employment. Can there be a separate project for creating employment, which is, all the businesses, jewelry, certainly the sari business, as well as eyewear, all of them need people to be trained and employed in the stores, including Panera. Could there be a shake hand between the business and CSR? And suppose 2% became 2.25 just as a guideline, we would have another 8 to 10 crores just in a way to subsidize, but ensuring employment is created, not just skill building. Those are my few suggestions, but congratulations, and CKV, all the very best. And I welcome Ajay Chawla, a very capable. I used to know him as a young man. He continues to be young. Congratulations, Ajay, for being selected for the big job and carry the torch forward. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much. We will now move to our speaker number 9, Mr. Tamal Kumar Majumdar. So could you please go ahead with your question now?
Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. Rai, Mr. Tata, Mr. Venkatraman, Balaji Saab, and other directors of the company. Myself, Tamal Kumar Majumdar, an equity shareholder from Kolkata. Feeling privileged to be a speaker after our beloved Bhatsha. Sir, I have asked for a hard copy of the annual report financial year 25 on 4/7/2025 and received the same a bit late. I have asked for the hard copy not for any reason, but to do my homework before attending the meeting. Hope this will not happen in future. As our committee secretary is not available to us, so requesting you to look into the matter. And this is the last AGM attended by our beloved CEO Venkatraman Sir. He will retire on 31st December 2025. We wish to express our deepest appreciation for his leadership as the CEO His contribution and its shareholders will be long remembered. We all wish him a relaxed and enjoyable retirement. We also welcome Mr. Chawla as our new CEO and Arun Narayan as the CEO Jewelry with effect from 1/1/2026, and wish them good luck. Sir, I have gone through the 452-page annual report, have some queries, and seek your indulgence. No, I hope it is not possible for me to complete it within 2-3 minutes. So seek your indulgence. Hope there will be no disturbance from the moderator or any other end, and there will be no disconnection. And I will concentrate myself on the accounts only, nothing more than. Sir, I have noted from the accounts of Carrot Line Trading Private Limited that it booked rupees 50.98 crore as exceptional loss during financial year 25, relating to loss on investments and loans to its wholly owned subsidiary Studio C Incorporated, due to signing of exclusive distribution agreement with its fellow subsidiary TCL North America Incorporated, with sole right to market its product in the North American region, and ceased distribution agreement with Studio C Incorporated. What is the reason for such new agreement with TCL North America, cancelling the agreement with its subsidiary? Why they provided the entire loan and investments in Studio C Incorporated during financial 25? Why the said loss is not disclosed separately under exceptional loss under the consolidated accounts of Titan Company Limited during financial year 25? Why the note is also not being disclosed in the consolidated accounts of our company? It is to be noted here that Mr. Arjun Ramesh, partner of BSR and Company LLP, signed both Carrot Line and Titan accounts on 7th May 2025 and 8th May 2025 respectively. Please share your view in this regard. Sir, what is the reason for reversal of royalty shown during previous year as an expenses to the tune of rupees 5 lakh during financial year 25 by Carrot Line? Please share details. Sir, what is the present status of show cause notice issued by Enforcement Directorate as well as proceedings before the Honorable Supreme Court relating to Carrot Line? Whether they made any general provision in this respect? Sir, yesterday, Titan Company Limited announced that its wholly owned subsidiary, Titan Holdings International, FZCO, has entered into an agreement for the sale and purchase of shares to acquire 67% stake in Damas LLC, UAE, current holding company for Damas jewelry business in GCC countries, from Mannai Corporation. It is also mentioned the current Gap monobrand franchising business of Damas Limited will be discontinued before completion of the proposed transaction. In this connection, I want to know what will be the source of funding for the said acquisition, from internal accrual or from loan, or from a mixture of both internal accrual as well as loan. When do we really believe that the said acquisition will be completed? Sir, what will be the fate of Titan Global Retail LLC and Titan International QFZ LLC after the said takeover? Whether there will be rationalization of activities among these units, whether our company will promote both Damas and Titan brands in 6 GCC countries as well as in India. Please share your thoughts in this regard, sir. Sir, during the year, our company declared better results. It is noted that the started jewelry's low double-digit value growth on year-on-year basis, while demand in high price bands sustained, resulting in double-digit growth in sales. Gold coin sales saw a sharp upstick due to rising gold prices and customer shift towards investment-grade products, resulting margin dilution. Loss in other segment on standalone basis before unallocable basis increased to 124 crore from 93 crore. It is in page 322, sir. What is your expectation from the current year? What steps the company has taken to mitigate pressure from gold coin sales? When do you believe the Naira will break even and contribute positively to our coffer? And what about profitability of fragrance business and its future? Whether the management expects margin stability despite gold price volatility during the current year? Please share your thoughts, sir. Sir, it appears that our online business contributed 7% of sales during financial year 25, mainly from gold jewelry coin business. What is the contribution of our own online channel out of total contribution? What is your expectation from the said channel during financial year 26? Sir, as per page 323, revenue from other countries increased from 926 crore to 1,485 crores during financial year 25. Though revenue increased in relation to previous year in respect of Titan Global Retail LLC and Titan International QFZ LLC, yet both units booked total loss of 117 crore during financial year 25. Please share your thinking of the profitability during the next 5 years.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Majumdar. There are several queries, it looks like. Would you be able to send it on email to the company?
No.
There are several participants waiting for their turn.
I have to complete it. I have 3 other queries. This is not fair. This is not fair for a Tata company like this. Yeah? And sir, it is noted from the company accepted deposits of rupees 3,458 crore from members and closing balance remained unpaid for unpaid or unclaimed at the end of the year as rupees 1,788 crores. Whereas closing balance of Golden Harvest scheme shown as 1,705 crores in page 412. What is the reason for such difference? How much of the amount remained unclaimed as on 31st March 2025? What is the rate of interest charge on it, sir? Sir, I have only 2 queries now. It is noted from page 337 that there was no balance in respect of corporate guarantees to Titan Holdings International JFCO, Titan Global Retail LLC, Titan Commodity Trading Limited, TCL North America Incorporated, and Titan International QFZ LLC as on 31st March 2025. Whether this company withdraw these corporate guarantees or it is being lapsed over time. And my last question about the sexual harassment cases that is increasing in our company during the year. Against 11 complaints relating to these 5 complaints remained pending at the end of the year, page 234. Out of 11 complaints, 6 complaints upheld under POS. Whether any torment or lost job due to complaints upheld on POS as on date. Whether total number of complaints include any complaint or complaints received from our global units. Whether the company mentioned monitors complaints received by its contract agencies for its logical conclusion, and what steps the management has taken to decrease the menace, and what is the present status of pending complaints. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for allowing me to complete my question.
Thank you very much. We will now move to our speaker number 10, Mrs. Humayun Beruz Portehi, who'd like to ask a question over audio. Ma'am, could you please go ahead and ask your question?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Just a few things to say and just a few questions I want to say that when our products are so good, why will they not be in demand? Why will our revenue not grow? Plus our reputation and reliability in our products. So for example, gold. When we trust the startup brand, definitely our income will rise. I'll tell you my own experience. 10 years ago, I purchased a diamond ring from a fountain shop. And when I went down now to sell off, they were willing to take for a much higher price. Just an example I'm giving. But I want to draw certain things to your attention. You all don't have varieties in diamond earrings. Please look into that. I'm not able to find. Please look into that. Even gold earrings, please look into that. Another thing is, I want to say, I've seen your shop at Chandigarh, so beautiful. You have also shops in Dubai and many other places. I was just wondering, what is it? Do you purchase outright or ownership basis? Or do you take on lease? I was just interested in knowing. Another interesting, I think even others have mentioned though, is that now the gold prices have risen and my opposite, those gold shops, people say, okay, now in fact we are having less customers. But what is to be appreciated? Is it true for our Titan also? For our Tanishq also? Have the customers reduced? But one thing I really appreciate you all have sent this thing that you all take in exchange old gold, for new. We have got old golds just lying like that idle. We can go and exchange, and schemes are there. Such brilliant ideas on the part of the company definitely will improve the sales. And one more thing I want to say regarding the watches. My God, they are like, I wear them like jewelry also. They are so beautiful. And I don't have to mention anything else. Is that plus we appreciate the effort put by our secretarial team in putting us speakers in this platform, because we are senior citizens, and and so many things have to be done, contacting your technical team and on and on. We very much appreciate. I'm closing here now. We wish our company all the best. Mr. Nodal Tata, we wish you also all the best, along with all the members on the board. And of course, we welcome our new MD, wish him also very long innings and all the best progress of prosperity of. We have already become prosperous in our share price and in other things. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our speaker number 11 is Mr. Kamal Kishore Jhawar, who would like to ask a question on audio. Mr. Jhawar, please go ahead.
मेरा आवाज आ रहा है मैडम?
जी सर.
ओके, थैंक यू चेयरमैन सर, हमारे जनरल टाटा साहब, मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर वेंकटेश साहब, और डायरेक्टर को सबका नमस्कार. कमल किशोर फ्रॉम हैदराबाद. सर 2-3 क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहता था, जो पहले हमारे साथी पहले बिफोर बोल दिए, तो मैं उसको दोहराना नहीं चाहता हूँ, टाइम खराब नहीं करना चाहता हूँ. और सर अपना रेन्यू 2025 से लेकर 2026 ये रेन्यू कितना आ सकता है और प्रॉफिट कितना आ सकता है? क्यों गोल्ड का रेट दिन पे दिन बढ़ते जा रहा है, तो इसमें अपने आगे जैसा गोल्ड का रेट बढ़े तो मार्जिन परसेंट कितना रहेगा? क्यों आजकल गोल्ड में बहुत कॉम्पिटिशन हो गया है. 5-6 कंपनियां लिस्टेड है, कल्याणी ज्वेलर्स, कमलदीप ज्वेलर्स, समथिंग पीसी ज्वेलर्स. तो अपनों को ये इतना कॉम्पिटिशन बढ़ गया है, तो आगे फ्यूचर में कैसा है उसके बारे में बताइए. और मैं सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद साहब, उनका टीम बहुत अच्छा है. हमारे कंपनी सेक्रेटरी दिनेश शेट्टी साहब, उनके असिस्टेंट नाजिया मैडम, क्या सर्विस है. हमको फोन करके मेल देने से कि दूसरे दिन बैलेंस शीट मिल गया, फोन पे आपका स्पीकर नंबर और लिंक देने से उनको मैं बधाई देता हूं, जो उनका सर्विस एक्सीलेंट है. इसी तरह और वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस करके हम कहीं भी रहे मीटिंग अटेंड कर सकते हैं सर. और ज्यादा कुछ नहीं था, हम तो ये टाटा ग्रुप से बहुत जुड़े हुए. रतन टाटा जी है सबसे, आज उनके फार्म से कंपनियां टाटा के नाम से जो चलता है, बहुत फ्यूचर अच्छा रहता है. और हर शेयर होल्डर को कभी उसमें धोखा नहीं होता है टाटा ग्रुप में. वो तो ग्लोबल मार्केट कुछ नीचे ऊपर का तो होता है, फिर इन्वेस्टर को कुछ पैसा देकर ही जाता है. और जब मीटिंग आती है तो साहब हमारे स्वर्गीय राकेश झुंझुनू वाले याद आते हैं हमारे को. 2006 में हमको हैदराबाद मिले थे, वो कंपनी में नागार्जुना कंस्ट्रक्शन में डायरेक्टर थे. जब हमको बोले थे भाई टाइटन भी लेके आप आज तो उनको भी याद, हमको याद आ रहे साहब. आज उनकी तरफ से हम शेयर में भी बहुत से अच्छा प्रॉफिट बुक कर चुके हैं ये शेयर में. तो आज है ना उनकी लेन जो है, आज उनका बहुत अच्छा रहता है.
मिस्टर झवर, आपकी आवाज कट रही है सर.
मैं याद करते रहता हूँ सर, मीटिंग में तो पहले याद आता है. तो टोकन देता हूँ. हाँ अभी आ रहा है?
अब ठीक है, आप पूछिए सवाल सर. जी सर.
हाँ बस ज्यादा कुछ बोलना नहीं चाहता हूँ सर, इस बार बोल चुका हूँ. पर अभी और एक बार बोलना चाहता हूँ, ये जब भी मीटिंग आती है हमारे स्वर्गीय राकेश झुंझुनू वाले जी याद आते हैं. 2006 में हमको हैदराबाद में मिले थे, जब ये शेयर के बारे में बोले, जब 10 रुपीज पेटअप ओनली 250 रुपीज था. आज 2 बोनस के बाद ये शेयर कहीं 1 रुपए का शेयर होने के बाद इतना शेयर है, तो कैलकुलेशन करें तो कितना रिटर्न मिल रहा है हमारे को. आज उनकी हिम्मत से हमारे को 2 पैसा मिला है सब. और आपका सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट भी टीम का बहुत अच्छा है, दिनेश शेट्टी साहब और उनके असिस्टेंट नाजिया मैडम, जो हमारे को फोन करके भी लिंक के बारे में बता दिए, स्पीकर नंबर भी बताए. तो अच्छा सर्विस है. और सर लास्ट 2025 2026 इसका रेन्यू कितना आ सकता है? आज गोल्ड में बहुत कॉम्पिटिशन हो गया है, दिन पर दिन रेट बढ़ते जा रहा है, तो इसके बारे में आगे फ्यूचर क्या रहेगा? ऑलरेडी रिसेंट में कृष्णा ज्वेलर्स का भी अभी लाइमलाइट में बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गया है. अपना कल्याण ज्वेलर्स, जिम्मापुरी ज्वेलर्स, पीसी ज्वेलर्स, फुल कॉम्पिटिशन हो रहा है, तो अपना फ्यूचर में कितना क्या रहेगा उसके बारे में बताइए। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you very much. We will now move to our speaker number 12. That's Mr. Kaushik Sahukar. Mr. Sahukar, may we request you to unmute your audio and video and ask your question now?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good afternoon to respected chairman, executive directors, and key management personnel. Mr. Robert Tata, you look very good when you smile. You look like Amitabh Bachchan. Okay, for smiling, sir. It gives me immense pleasure to once again to interact with you again this year. I am truly grateful to our company secretary, Mr. Dinesh Shetty, Mrs. Nazia, Madam, for facilitating this opportunity. Before I begin my remarks, I believe it appropriate to request the forum to observe a 1 minute silence in the memory of our visionary corporate leader, Mr. Ratan Tata. His passing is a profound loss to business world. While we can never fill his place, we can honor his legacy by embracing the values and work ethic he exemplified. But life goes on, sir. Coming to again to the meeting, I would like to seek following clarification. With gold price reaching all-time high and consumer sentiment shifting toward value-based purchase, how is Titan recalibrating its value strategy in rural and tier 2, 3 markets to maintain volume growth without compromising margin? Before concluding, I would like to share a thought that to me reflects the inspiring journey of our company. Titan is not just about keeping time. Titan is not just about keeping time. It's about creating timeless moments where craftsmen meet innovation and tradition transform into inspiration. On lighter note, सोना चाहे जितना जितना भी महंगा हो जाए, टाइटन तो हर कीमत पर ग्राहक का दिल जीतने की कला में पीएचडी कर चुका है. I am personally committed to putting my best efforts, but with organization support, the journey becomes even more meaningful. In that spirit, I once again request your kind consideration and association in the area of certification audit, including foreign payments, and that is Form 15CB. I sincerely hope the management will extend the opportunity that enables me to remain professionally resilient. Lastly, I kindly request the management to considering organizing a branch visit or a CSR initiative visit for at least speaker shareholders. This will offer us a first-hand view of the impactful work done by our company is doing at grassroots level and allow us to celebrate the positive change created through our CSR initiative. Additionally, I humbly suggest the switch from virtual mode, virtual AGM thoughtfully utilized for shareholder welfare, perhaps through a small token of appreciation, reinforcing our emotional connection with the company. Thank you all for your attention and continued support. I'm looking forward to engaging with you next year. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Sahukar. Our speaker number 13 is Mr. Bimal Kumar Agarwal, who'd like to ask a question on audio mode. Mr. Agarwal, your audio is unmuted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. First of all, I'll thank the company secretary Dinesh Shetty and his team, and also Nazia madam for sending me the link also. Sir, I got for good afternoon, good evening, good night, and good morning to other shareholders who has joined from different part of the world. Sir, and please continue video conference so for people from all over the world can join. Sir, many questions was already asked by the other speakers, and I got only 1-2 questions. I want to know what is the cost of the annual report and what is a single copy, and also the postage charges for your Korea, and what is the AI technology we use. And plus, 2-3 speakers has told, sir, try to arrange that plant visit. You don't tell us to come over there and see the plant if you don't mind. Please try to arrange the plant visit. And how many franchise stores we got and how many outlets we got of Titan, like glassware, leather product. That's all I want to know. That's all from me. And I already supported all the resolution for the same. Again, I thank Nazia madam and the secretary team for the same. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We now move to our speaker number 14, Mr. Ashok Subramaniam. So may we request you to unmute your connection and you may ask your question now.
Yes, hope I am audible and visible.
Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Okay. So, Sarvebhyaha Namaskaraha, Vanakkam. And I place and record my rich tributes to with Padma Bhushan Sri Ratan Tata. And my hearty congratulations to Sri C.K. Venkatraman for his wonderful innings and wish him all the best for the next half of his life. So having done that, I missed seeing him in Coimbatore when he visited in CSR. So known me as a speaker holder, I should have given me a ring, I would have met you. Okay, you came very close to my house. Fine, next time we'll see. And that with the representation of a small school of thought, with the representation of Titan in Hosur and Coimbatore in terms of plant, and Voltas in Gummidipundi in Chennai, Tata Power in Tirunelveli, and Taj Hotels, and now many more in offing. I think Mr. Noel Tata should start learning Tamil and speak few words in Tamil now, to begin with. Thank you very much. So I think that brings some cheer to him. So this was we were missing throughout today. Thank you very much, sir. Now coming to that, I have two good gestures which I experienced in the outlets to share, and also few suggestions on the product quality and services by which we can overcome, and few suggestions. Now coming to Tanera first, I recently visited the Tanera showroom in Coimbatore, and it was for shopping for my mother's 93rd birthday. I don't know how the team over there smelled that I'm coming for a birthday of hers. So they quickly arranged some kind of a celebration. So without anybody's knowledge. So I really appreciate that. And the earlier version was there with Titan. With Tanishq. When I had my daughter's wedding in Coimbatore held during COVID time, I was wondering how to handle the jewelry because the wedding was in Coimbatore, I was in Mumbai, and I do want to shop from Coimbatore due to obvious reasons. So the shop volunteered and said, "We will keep the items with you, and we will deliver you at the wedding venue on the day of the wedding. So you rest assured it will come to you." So that is the service they gave. So these are the two good gestures. I thought I will share it for the sake of all the shareholders and for the management to cherish. Now coming to Titan Eyewear, we have been using the Titan Eyewear for last 17, 18 years. And it's a good quality eyewear. And last time, few years back, I also put a suggestion that most of our outlets are in the second floor. And most of our customers are either 40, 45 or above 60 plus. So above 60 plus 65, they find it very difficult to negotiate to the stores and go for a checkup and all those things and do that thing. So I hope you have considered that, and maybe that is there in your SOP now for new store selections. In that context, I wonder, now that you have got a good representation in Coimbatore in terms of Zudio and Westside, which I said in the last few other AGMs also, a Tanishq and Titan showroom, I would like to see, and I see that it will come in the same complex of Lakshmi Mills complex. And coming to that point, I was wondering that Coimbatore is a place where it is a senior citizens' paradise. Now we have more than 20,000 people, our senior citizens, who are most of them are 99% of them are users of eyewear and jewelry and everything. So why don't we reach them rather than they running to our stores? Like how the deposit mobilization was done by integrated enterprises in olden days in 90s. So in senior citizen places, maybe there are, you know very well because you're from this geography, that may be a good point for which they can attend your thing and they can do eye testing, finish it off, and also give them comfort zone and all those things. So these are some few points from my end. And also I had an opportunity to visit your Hosur plant recently in a different context, and I really appreciate the excellent plant. My only doubt there was that the parking is on one side and the plant is on one side, whether of the road. There is a safety threat on that aspect. So kindly, maybe you can look into some kind of a pathway or something like that. It is there already, but still it can be there. Somebody can overlook it. With that, I once again thank you for the opportunity given to me, and wishing Mr. Ajay all the best, and also Mr. Arun Roy all the best to continue the excel the stories. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. We now move to our next speaker shareholder, number 15, Mr. Dharav Jamadar. So could you please unmute and ask your question now?
Greetings of the day and namaste to the respected chairman, vice chairman, and all the board members and stakeholders of my company. My name is Dr. Dharav Jamadar, a proud shareholder and a loyal customer of our company. Firstly, I would like to pay my humble obeisance and sincere tribute to Shri Ratan Tata, whose vision towards life inspires all Indians. Next, I would like to congratulate each and every stakeholder of my company for performing tremendously well in this particular fiscal year. So, certain questions which I would request you to address are: first, going forward, what are your views on where the growth should be coming from? That is premiumization or mass economic demand products. Lately, since last couple of years, the economy has experienced a K-shaped recovery. Albeit with a good monsoon, recent budget boosting the disposable income of millions of consumers, where do you think our most focus should be? That is on premium products or mass products? Second, kindly share the following data and ratios if possible. Average amount of time taken to manufacture a watch, average number of employees in a store, average cost undertaken in designing watches and jewelries, and average profits and revenues generated by any single store. Third, can you please elucidate the rationale behind having a small R&D expenditure in this particular fiscal year, as the segments in which we are operating requires a constant upgradation with respect to design, mechanism, versions, and much more. So don't you think with such robust cash flows, can't we increase our R&D and foray into new segments that shall help us in diversifying much beyond our current existence? Fourth, gold as an asset has outperformed every viable financial assets. Its prices, along with silver, are persistently and significantly rising. What are your views on it for the time to come? Additionally, what are your views on the consumption trend and the incremental demand, as we are now entering in a phase with higher prices of gold are here to stay for long? So how do you project the demand for gold jewelry in the coming times, and how are we preparing ourselves for it? Last question with respect to our expansion and divestment spree. We have persistently and successfully been launching various brands across products lines, but where can we see our company expanding in respect to a completely new business in the coming future, and what kind of capital allocation it might require, and what shall its impact be on our ROCE? Lastly, a warm welcome to our new MD and wishing the best of next innings to Venkat Raman sir. Thank you, sir, for providing this opportunity.
Thank you. We'll now move to our speaker number 16, Ms. Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenas. Ma'am, could you please unmute your audio and video and ask your question now? In the interest of time, we would request our speaker shareholders to please limit their questions to 2 to 3 minutes. Mrs. Mascarenas?
Yeah, yes. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening to all the management team. Because you are told to make short, so I'll not address each one's name. My fellow shareholders in the in the VC meet. I am Mrs. C. Mascarina speaking from Mumbai. First, I thank the company secretary, Mr. Dinesh Shetty, and her team, Nazia, for sending me an annual report, also registering me as a speaker, and also giving me this platform, which was quite easy to operate. Annual report has given full of information, facts, figures, and self-explanatory. Our working is very good. Dividend is fantastic, rupees 11 per share, and also very good market capitalization. Congratulations for all awards and accolades received during the year. I also appreciate the CSR, also environmental work taken. Now I restrict all my questions less because many of them been asked. I end up with just telling what will be the future roadmap for the next 5 years, which vertical will be the growth engine along with good margin. With this, I support all the resolutions. Thank you so much for giving me this platform to speak. And thank you once again. I wish you all good health and also very happy festive seasons, which are very shortly one after another coming. Thank you so much. Now,
Thank
I
you very
think
much.
Mr. Aloysius Mascarenhas is also there.
Hello. Hello, I'm the next speaker in the queue. Can I proceed? Can I proceed, sir?
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, can I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Respected Chairman, sir, very distinguished members of the board, and my fellow shareholders. Good evening to you all. My name is Aloysius Mascarenhas. At the outset, I thank the management, company secretary, and the team for sending me such a beautiful, voluminous, illustrative, informative, transparent annual report full of facts and figures in place. Our results are good and a handsome dividend of rupees 11. Most welcome. We are on the right track and our market capitalization is very much high day after day. Now my only questions are how many stores we have franchisee and how many are owned by us? How many stores we are in India and how many stores we are abroad? What is the revenue of exports by our company, especially in dollar terms? Because dollar rises day after day against the falling rupee. So export revenue by way of dollars, I would like to know. Since many questions have been asked by my predecessor shareholders, and many more will be asking after me. So I leave the floor open to them. And I would like to be brief. So I end my speech wishing you personally, all the board members, and more importantly, all the employees, all the very best in the days and years to come. With this, sir, thank you very much for patient hearing. Good health, good luck, and goodbye.
Thank you very much. We now invite our speaker number 17. That was Mr. Dharmesh Vakil. He registered, however, he's no longer in the meeting. We will move to speaker number 18, that is Atul Kamble. Mr. Kamble, could you please unmute your microphone and ask your question now? Mr. Atul Kamble, could you please unmute your microphone? You may ask your question. There seems to be no response from this connection. We will therefore move to our speaker number 19, Mr. Jaideep Bakshi. Mr. Bakshi, could you please unmute your connection and ask your question?
Good afternoon, Chairman, Vice Chairman, MD, and key managerial persons. Myself, Jaideep Bakshi, connecting from the city of Kolkata. First, initially, I want to convey my thanks to our company secretary, Dinesh Shetty ji, for giving me an opportunity to express my view, and also to the secretarial team, Nazia ma'am, for keeping good relations with the shareholders and also keeping regular follow-ups. And also to our moderator, Inma madam, for conducting this video conference in a smooth manner. Sir, your initial speech was very much informative, covering all the verticals and also credit goals for the good performance we have achieved. Sir, and thanks once again for the dividend to rupees 11 you have passed on. Sir, with the tariff and the geopolitical uncertainty impacting discretionary spending by the consumers, so what is the effect on our basic jewelry business, and also with these fluctuating gold prices, how much it is affecting our business? Share also on the thoughts on the lower carat gold and also the daily wear, the lightweight items, which is also on the demand for the people on the move on daily. And we have different verticals. So what is the highest revenue earning segment? And recently learned from the newspaper clippings, the launching of the natural diamonds in India, in Mumbai recently, a new era, and the Diamond Expertise Center kindly highlight on this. Sir, any increase in store count for Titan Eye and Tanishq in our plans? And advanced technology plus digital adaptation is inroads into every industry and helping out with innovative products. So what is our implementation as the signature blend of craftsmanship and technology makes the brand more shine brighter than ever? So reduction of plastic in packaging is a very good initiative, and congrats once again for the 76% of energy for wind and solar and forging this low carbon future, and also on the rainwater harvesting. And congrats once again for the award, especially for the Titan Edge Ultra Sim watch which we have achieved. And myself a personal user of the watches and glasses and really satisfied with the products. So on page 239, the company is encouraging employee for electrical cars with subsidy of 1 lakh to eligible employees. Kindly share some thoughts regarding this. I have supported all the resolution and wish to continue to grow with the trust of the clients and driven by the value, and continue with this VC in future so that we can get connected. And best wishes to Mr. Venkatraman, a retired happy life. Thank you, sir, and all stay safe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bakshi. We will now move to our speaker number 20, that is Mr. Manas Banerjee. So may we request you to unmute your audio and video and ask your question now. We will wait for a moment while Mr. Banerjee unmutes his connection. In the interest of time, we request our speaker shareholder to please limit your questions to 2 to 3 minutes. Mr. Banerjee, you may ask your question now.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Chairman, sir, esteemed board members and fellow shareholders, myself Manoj Banerjee, joining the virtual AGM from Kolkata. Sir, your initial address was informative, and just a minute, sir, I'm just video on. Okay. Sir, your initial address was informative and helpful in understanding the company's performance and strategy. I convey my gratitude to our respected company secretary, Mr. Dinesh Shetty, and his full team, especially Madam Nazia Madam, an excellent investor service and dedication. I am overwhelmed with the Secretariat Department service. They are definitely one of the best I have experienced. Sir, our company demonstrates strong overall performance in the financial year 2025 with revenue growth driven by its core businesses. However, profitability was affected by rising gold prices and one-time events like the customs duty reduction. The healthy dividend payout is a testament to the company's financial stability, and our company's CSR policy was excellent. Congratulations to the entire team for their efforts to making this a successful year. Sir, I wholeheartedly support all the resolutions by remote e-voting. Sir, I have already submitted my AGM queries in advance. Time is precious, so I can repeat it, sir. Request you kindly send the response by email ID. Sir, continue with VC meeting in future. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best and namaskar.
Thank you. Our next speaker, Mr. Badri Vishal Bajaj, had registered, however, has not connected to the meeting. We will therefore move to our speaker number 17, Mr. Dharmesh Vakil, who's rejoined the meeting. Mr. Vakil, could you please unmute your audio and video and ask your question now?
Yes. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Our Honorable Chairman, Sri V. And all the distinguished board of directors and my fellow shareholder brothers and sisters, a very rainy good evening to all of you from Mumbai. I am Dharmesh Vakil from Mumbai. First of all, why the VC meeting? Now the COVID is no more existing in the entire world. You can have either physical or the hybrid meeting. Our corporate governance and our entire secretarial team is very, very active, enthusiastic and energetic. I got my physical annual report well in time, which is very, very informative with all the informative informations and important statistics. I am also honored and pleasure to listen a very sound and sweet voice of Nazia since last 4 or 5 days. So I extend my pleasure and the congrats to the entire management for all the awards and achievements we have got. Our results are also excellent, and I wish that this should occur every time in the future also. During the last year, we lost our Padma Bhushan and the real Ratan of the world, Ratan Tata, and also for the tragic Ahmedabad plane crash. I pay a sincere homage and tribute to all the departed. Every time I have been requesting you to invite the local shareholders for our each and every new products launch and events celebrations, so that we can also come to know how our company is sparkling. You should send more shareholders discount coupons of higher value and higher denominations. And I think the staff are getting more discount than the shareholders. Why this discrimination? Ultimately, we the shareholders are the owners of our company, of course, to the extent of our shareholding. My loving wife is a member of GHS and now Riva Golden Advantage Plan at our Churchgate Mumbai showroom. Gentlemen, our making charges are on a very, very high side, and a very huge amount is deducted when we exchange our old Titan or other ornaments for the new one. I move a no confidence motion in our RTA that is link in time. They are really useless, very rude and arrogant, and they are not listening to any investor or any shareholder. See, a lot of is heard and read and written about the corporate CSR activities. Now the time is to start corporate shareholders' responsibilities. And after so many comments, I can see a smile on the face of Noel Tata said, please keep it up. Our entire family members have voted in favor of all the resolutions, and I reiterate our full confidence in our company's management and the entire each and every staff. At last, not but the least, our Titan ornaments are not only made of gold, silver, diamonds, or platinum, they are also made of sweat, determination, and the hard to find alloy called guts of our entire Titan company family members. I wish all the best for the coming festivals. I have saved your 1 minute. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Shri Krishna to all, and especially to Nazia.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. I now hand over the floor back to Chairman. Over to you, sir.
All your questions. I would now request the Managing Director, Mr. C.K. Venkatraman, to answer all your questions.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, shareholder friends. I would focus first on some of the high-level questions that many of you asked, and those are all in the long-term prospects for the company, the competitive situation, the global outlook, portfolio and all that. And since those really matter to all of us and were common to many of you, I would start with those first. Some of the questions are very technical in nature and our ability to respond real time would be limited. So we will respond offline through mail to individual shareholders who asked those questions. And some of those were suggestions, and thank you very much for bringing those suggestions, and we will consider them as appropriate. I would also like to thank all of you for being so gracious in your support for all of us, encouragement, for all of us, and the best wishes given to me and to Ajoy for leading this company forward. Now, coming to the prospects, for Titan Company. Most consulting organizations divide the consuming classes in India into 5 broad groups, and the top 2 groups are broadly called the elite and the affluent by most consulting companies, most think tanks. And in the inexorable march of the Indian economy towards the 5 trillion and the per capita GDP going from around $2,500 USD to about $5,000 USD, the top 2 income classes, which are called the elite and the affluent, these are leading the growth towards this per capita rise. So what's expected to happen, what's estimated to happen, is that these 2 segments, which count about 100 million people in the early part of this decade, these 2 segments are expected to nearly reach 2.5 times their size to about 250 million people. And these are households with more than 10 lakh annual income. Now, most of Titan Company's business actually comes from these 2 segments. These 2 segments are, not really affected by inflation of the household products like groceries and milk and all that. These 2 segments typically get by without any job losses. There is no question of, the challenges related to job creation in these segments. They're already slightly older and employed. And the wealth effect of the continuing rise of the stock markets are also beneficial to these segments. Which means from a decadal point of view, all the way up to 2030, virtually all of Titan Company's businesses in India can look forward to a relentless growth from consumption from these segments. And that's why you see, despite the overall noise that we've been seeing in the last 2 to 3 years, Titan's march onward growth is by and large, on expected lines. The second big advantage that Titan Company has in most of its categories in which it operates is a low to a high single-digit market share, whether it is Taneira as a new business today or the jewelry business, which is nearly 30 years now, which is still about 8 to 9% of market share. The headroom for growth in categories which are accelerating fast, that headroom is high, and therefore that's a second tailwind that Titan Company's businesses have. The third big thing is that Titan is the most accomplished retailing company in India with more than 3,500 stores and more than 95% of its business coming from what we call exclusive brand outlets, where we have direct access to the customers, we know them, and about a fourth of those customers, which are more than 40 million, 4 crore of them in number, a fourth of them we directly know through the 20,000 plus sales staff who are there in these 3,500 plus stores. What this means is that through what we call a combination of tech and touch, which is technology where we've invested in CRM, omni-commerce, websites, analytics and all that, big data and all that on the one hand, and more than 20,000 staff members having relationships which close to 10 million out of these 40 million plus customers. Anything, we understand them very well. We know their preferences. We know their milestone events in their life. It's a 25th anniversary. It's the 50th birthday. And we reach to them just before that milestone event with the kind of new products that the Titan Company has brought recently, and therefore trigger that event into a potential purchase. So these 3 big things are in a way unique to Titan Company, and we can expect the momentum of growth to continue because of these. But having said that, because of these reasons, certainly in the jewelry category, there has been intense competitive activity in the last 5 years in particular, and some of you mentioned some names. And as a company and as the jewelry division, we've also become very adept at actually looking at catchment level competition. In our estimate, we have about 40 competitors across the country, not just the big names that we are aware of, but very strong independent jewelers in an Ahmedabad, in a Patna, in an Indore, Bhopal, and so on. And our teams have become adept at assessing the strengths and weaknesses of each of our brands, particularly Tanishq, in each one of these 40 plus cities, and actually responding to them by way of what we call key value indicators, which could be low ticket, low price or low making charge products, and their variety in the store, the right kind of visibility given to those in the relevant media, in those catchments, the emphasis on high value customers if those are opportune and if the competition is of that nature there, and measuring the market share in the relevant competitive framework every month, and the retail, merchandising and other teams reviewing these and taking agile actions every month to keep the market share at the same place or growing. So this is a rhythm that the jewelry division teams have actually got into. It's obviously not as easy to do that as I'm describing, but from a very customer-oriented company, which we've been for decades, we've also become a very competitive, company, particularly in the jewelry division in the last 5 years, and it's certainly giving us beneficial results in some places, and we have some, distance to go as well. But because these processes have become quite robust, our commitment to maintaining and growing our market share has become very, very strong. Our understanding of changes in new customer acquisition, because that's where typically competitive activity will have a bearing. So our commitment to growing new customers is very, very high. We're able to manage this super complex thing across the country and still, deliver growth. So that's the overall response on the competition front, particularly with respect to jewelry. And as far as the price of gold is concerned, it's certainly not in our hands, and I have no outlook to offer either, because I don't know if anybody knows how the gold price will perform. But all we know are the following. One is, over the years, and particularly in the last 5, where the gold prices really exploded, the division has been at deep work in actually literally gouging gold out of jewelry and making them lighter with thinner sections, with a lot of innovation and technology. As we speak, we've also launched and strengthened, deepened our presence in 18 karat gold jewelry with alloys which are workable, because 18 is tougher than 22 karat, so it's not easy to hand make jewelry out of 18 karat gold. And the sheen of the gold has to be identical to the 22, otherwise the customers won't find them appealing. So 18 karat gold jewelry, 14 karat diamond jewelry, again with the right kind of alloys, with the right sheen and the right lasting quality of color and all that. The division has done a lot of work, and pilots have been done, scaling has happened, and this is a continuing innovation engine that we have to keep doing. And of course, innovating at low price points, going after, there is a category called modern gold, which the division created about 2 years back, focusing on young women and focusing on forms which are very modern, lightweight, everyday wearable kind of thing. And I think, if I remember right, the sale of these products exceeded 2,500 crores or something like that in FY25, which is a very, very large sort of result for a very young kind of thing. So the gold rate is dealt with in multiple ways. What is also to our advantage, as some of you said on the call, that because gold has returned such good CAGR over decades, the interest doesn't flag, and particularly in the wedding segments where customers are investing values, they're either buying for 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs or 1 lakh, they end up buying as many grams as that 1 lakh fetches them or 5 lakh fetches them. So in a way, the budget itself doesn't fall. It's just that the weight that they are able to buy for that budget falls. Therefore, we still keep our growth and growing. But where it is an ornament, where she has a budget for 50,000 rupees to buy, let's say, a finger ring, that's when we have to really innovate, make it in a lighter carat, or make it lighter by re-engineering the product and all that. So this is on the gold rate and its impact. It is fortunately an issue for the whole industry, for the whole world. So in a way, we are in it together with the rest of the players as well. Coming to the lab-grown, diamonds and the natural diamonds, the lab-growns have been here for a few years now. There are many, many independent lab-grown startups who have come in and created a lot of visible activity, for this. But at the moment, while all of them are, having some result or the other, and together they would account for some small part of the overall diamond, natural diamond, category sale. It is not yet a strong voice, but at the same time, we're very conscious about the potential developments in the sector and keeping an eye and our ears open for all the kind of weak signals and creating our own playbook as and when, we need to do something about this. But their actual impact on, keeping customers away at the moment is limited, and therefore we are not seeing that as a big threat yet. And at the same time, the division has done some exceptional work in the last 1 year on strengthening our natural diamond story. And some of you spoke about the diamond experience zone. So we are creating, there are two aspects here. One is the natural worthiness of diamonds, given their age, given their little bit of imperfection, rarity and all that. So how do we highlight that? How do we bring it alive in the stores for customers to appreciate? That's one part of it. The second is we have always had very stringent standards as well as selection norms for Tanishq diamonds. And some of it is, certainly worth showcasing, communicating to all our customers to improve the competitive advantage of Tanishq diamonds vis-a-vis diamonds of other jewelers. So we're doing that at scale, and I would, suggest that you visit some of the flagship stores soon in the big cities to actually experience it for yourselves. We are doing this in collaboration with De Beers, and we expect this to improve our competitive advantage in the overall diamond jewelry business, as well as reassure a few people who are a little worried about LGD and LGD contamination. One is the LGD and its substitution potential. The other is a lot of people who are loving natural diamonds but worried a little bit about LGD contamination. And the Titan company's processes to keep LGD totally out from any mixing up in our natural diamond jewelry is total, and we are bringing that also alive through multiple things in the stores. So these are on some of the high-level aspects related to the jewelry business. On the watch business, you would be aware that the analog watch business has been done exceptionally well over the last many years, and particularly in the last 3 years. And going back to that elite and affluent point that we made, and some other questions that somebody else asked about, are we going to focus more on the premium side, on the mass market side? Certainly, premium is the bigger focus. Masstige could be categorized as part of premium as well, because the customer segments are relentlessly growing in that part of the world. Our business growth engines are also aligned to that social and economic phenomenon. And we have always been, when we launched Titan way back in 1987, it was never meant as a timekeeping device. It was always as an accessory. And since then, the analog wristwatch has actually, assumed multiple meanings of an emotion, of an exceptionally touching gift, as a symbol of status, as a completion of your wardrobe, as even a mark of your mood of the day. So recognizing all this, the division has done some great work in product innovation, design, retail transformation and branding. And in the last 3 or 4 years, we have really pushed the buttons on all fronts to take the analog watch business in a relentless month after month growth in volumes as well as in average price. And we are the leading watch brand in the premium segment in the country, where we are having close to 50% market share in the most demanding department stores of this country, where we are face to face with all the best known fashion watch brands in the world, and we are really giving them a hard time. So you can take it from me and take it from Titan Company that the future of the analog watch category is there forever. It is totally in our hands to actually make it work, and we have proved it in the last many years that we have it in us to do that. So you can continue to believe in the future of the analog category. Coming to the other businesses of the company, the first few years of COVID went into transforming the cost structure and the operations of the eye care division. And you would all have seen the results up to FY22 and FY23, how the profits were actually extracted from the business. But we also realized that we needed to focus on the growth side. And starting November of 2023, we have actually focused on multiple engines of growth. And I'm very glad to tell you that all of them are firing in different ways, and particularly the premium side of it, in-house brands as well as international brands that we partner with, all are doing well. And you can certainly look forward to FY26 and FY27 as the growth story of the eye care business. It has taken a little longer than we thought for us to really establish and scale Taneira, but we are now at a stage where the value proposition of Taneira is actually very, very strong. All those who have experienced Taneira simply rave about it and say that there is nothing like Taneira that they've seen in their sari, in their markets, in their cities, from design to detailing, to comfort, to the touch and feel, to the authenticity of the silk and the other material that we use, to the exceptional sustainability thrust of the company and giving that bunkar, the weaver, dignity and livelihood and actual transformation, the same 4P program that we have done in the jewelry division for the last many years, starting that in Taneira. So the customer value proposition of Taneira is very strong. It's just that we have not been able to bring that alive in around every store for building that. But I must share with you that even as we speak in the month of April, May, June, July of this year, that is starting to ratchet up substantially, and I'm sure FY26 and FY27 will be the year of Taneira, and all these new businesses will start contributing to Titan Company's growth as well as profits in the future. The perfumes business is small but exceedingly profitable. It's actually among the highest profit-making percentage-wise of the company, and it will keep doing so. The women's bags business is the baby, and it's a fabulously put together baby, and I'm sure you will see great results on that as well. The last few years have also seen a substantial step out of Titan Company outside India. The Tanishq flag is flying proudly in the US, in the GCC countries, and in Singapore. And we've actually, the growth rate has been stupendous, and from next to nothing in FY20, we had already declared a $500 million USD ambition for the international jewelry business by FY28 or thereabouts. And yesterday's investment in Damas is actually taking that to the next level. We realized that Titan Company has in it, across businesses, but particularly in its mature businesses like jewelry, all the capabilities to play on the global stage and play to global standards. And therefore the ambition, why limit it only to the Indian diaspora outside India? Why cannot we use our strengths, our capabilities, our balance sheet to actually scale big time outside the country. That was the thinking. And with the acquisition of Damas, we are really accelerating on that journey. Damas is a very, very well-respected name in the Arab ethnic group across the GCC. And Tanishq is very clearly for Indian and to some extent South Asian ethnic groups. And we don't at all play, we are not at all relevant for the Arab group. The Arabs are, very discerning race. They love jewelry. They certainly the whole notion of store of value that is so intrinsic to India. Somebody mentioned about making charges and how much we lose and all that. That's a very store of value angle to jewelry, whereas in the GCC, it's an accessory, and therefore the potential profit opportunity selling jewelry to the Arab customer segments is also large. Very high diamond jewelry share of Damas. So we're looking forward to big, exciting times with the Damas acquisition. And in fact, Titan Company becoming more confident, bolder in looking at other similar opportunities at the appropriate time to become a more global company. So these are therefore the high-level prospects, opportunities, challenges point of view. Let me just run through some of the specific questions that you asked, because if I don't know the answers to all in any case, and even if I do answer all, it may take a lot of your time, so I will just go by some kind of a priority here. One other question, which was a very fundamental question, was a company of this size and scale, isn't our R&D expenditure too small? I totally agree with you that it is small, and as part of our discussion and thinking on the FY27 AOP, we are bringing those points into reckoning and accordingly investing in the right things. Titan's expansion into eyewear, fragrances, etc. is notable. Projected capex and anticipated revenue contribution. Eye care, 114 crores of capex plus working capital, and about Tanera is about 14, fragrances is a small number, and so on. Beyond Chengam, Hosur, what are the upcoming plans for rooftop solar deployment? So we are going to add further capacities to the Coimbatore stainless steel watches case plant and to the Hosur watches factory. This is the solar side. TSEP and 4P programs represent a new standard in supply chain stewardship. Could you share examples of how these frameworks have tangibly uplifted vendor livelihoods? I will give you a very, very moving story. Many years back, one of the karigars in our Karigar Center in Hosur met me, and he told me, sir, we used to find it very difficult to get alliance for marriage. And after the Karigar Center was set up, I took a video of my working in this Karigar Center, and my family shared this video with other families, who had young girls. They were looking for alliances. And from this video, they could see that I worked in a very respectable, sustainable environment, and I immediately got married. So this is just an example of how Titan's 4P and TSCP programs are actually transforming the infrastructure, the processes, the incomes, even the uniform they wear. They sit on chairs, so their feeling of self-esteem, dignity, all that is dramatically altered, and the same thing we are doing now with the weavers as well. Rising prices of gold, future of watch industry, gender ratio. We have about 30% representation of women in the company, and we have had a strong thrust, particularly in underrepresented areas like sales and manufacturing in the last 3 or 4 years. And I must share that particularly in sales, we have had a good improvement in the representation of women. And what we have done is we have enabled new policies. We have changed processes for making it easier for women to work, totally recognizing the multiple roles that the women play in the world as opposed to what we do as men. Any plan to, Mr. Harirao, thank you very much for all the kind words as always. It's lovely to hear you and it's lovely to see your enthusiasm year after year. Any plan to demerge the business? No, there is no plan to demerge the business, any business. Exclusive showrooms in airports, Taj hotels. We already have exclusive showrooms in some of the airports, some of the Taj hotels. It's a continuing effort. Speaker registration transparency, I will leave that with Dinesh to improve next year. Future of the company, which segment gives most business, all that I spoke about. Digital India. So, there was a visionary step that Bhaskar and many leaders took way back in 2016 when we invested substantially in multiple engines of digital CRM, omnicommerce, analytics, data and all that, which really came in at the right time in April of 2020 when the whole world was sitting at home. And from that, we've moved on substantially in deploying multiple digital technologies, particularly in the front. We are in the process of actually bringing in, digitalizing the company in the middle and in the back. And we're also looking forward to some of the board support and expertise in this front. But the overall satisfaction we have on the digitalizing of the company, particularly in the last 5 years, is very high. And I would reassure the shareholders on that front. A few shareholders spoke about factory visits and leave it to Dinesh to examine that. Tariff, effect of tariff, it is still not totally clear because it's still in the works. A WIP between the US government and in India. And we took some proactive steps in the last fortnight of March and the first week of April in terms of stocking at the American stores. And actually the performance in the first quarter in the US is very encouraging. No red flags at all. In fact, things are pretty good. I think I can comment, we will be able to do what we need to do only when the dust settles on this and the final tariff is known and hopefully known to be stable. Thanks, Mr. Bhatt, also known as Bhaskar, to us, for all the lovely words that you spoke and all the suggestions that, as usual, can Titan, punch much more than its height on, particularly on the subject of responsibility, whether it is national policy, advocacy, creating employment. We'll take away those. You have continued to inspire us on these, as always. Mr. Majumdar, there's a technical point on that Studio C. We will, write to you on that. I'm not able to, directly speak to you on that. Status on the show cause notice is still the same. It's at the High Court and the matter is sub judice. The financing of Damas will be internal accruals and debt and borrowing, debt. Portfolio strategy. So I spoke about how Tanishq is a very strong brand for the Indian diaspora and the South Asians a little bit in the GCC countries, and how Tanishq is not relevant at all for the Arab ethnic groups. And Damas is actually hardly relevant for the South Asians, but totally relevant for the Arab race. And therefore, it's a wonderful marriage of two brands for two different customer segments and a fabulous portfolio. Online sales is very strong. Omni-channel for Tanishq itself is almost touching $1 billion. I'm sure it'll be $1 billion in FY26. That's how big Omni has become for Titan Company. It's much more pronounced in watches because it's that kind of a category, and we are ratcheting it up in I+ as well. Profitability of the international business will take, I think, about a couple of years to deliver. Our focus today is on scale and through multiple things that we have done in the last 18 months, including some restructuring decisions taken recently, we expect to accelerate the profitability journey of the international business and reach break-even on profits in the next 2 years. Some technical questions on GHS deposits, corporate guarantees, we will answer offline. Posh cases. Titan Company has always been a very, very responsible company on all these matters. And as we end up communicating a lot more, as we end up reaching into the deeper parts of the company, off-role employees, women working for contract partners in security or housekeeping or gardening and all that, as we tell them that, look, you have a voice, please raise your hand and protest if something untoward happens in your area. As we do that more and more, they become emboldened to actually raise their hands, raise their voice, protest, and actually tell us that this is what is happening. And the rising number is actually a growing confidence of them in the matter rather than anything to get worried about. And there is a very strong board ethics committee we've had actually for nearly 20 years now. And the board ethics committee, and under the able stewardship of Anil Chaudhary, is focused on this subject every quarter, with deep engagement with our Chief Sustainability Officer and team. So nothing to worry about on that front. Some of the requests on variety, more diamond rings and all that, we will take into account. FY26 outlook, Mr. Jawar, I spoke about the overall multiple things in favor of Titan Company and how we're looking at competition, gold price, all that, and still keeping an eye on our growth rate requirements. Plant visit, we spoke. Cost of the annual report, very few copies we print. It's all through online. How many outlets? We have about 3,500, a little over that, 3,500 plus outlets. And I think about 10%, if I remember right, is the number of company stores. 90% are franchisee stores, and about 1,000 franchisees running about 3,100 odd stores. That's the rough thing. We are India's most accomplished, experienced, effective franchising company as well. Even our international stores are mostly run by our franchisee partners. And we have about 20 odd stores outside the country as we speak. Many things, Mr. Ashok Subramaniam, every year you give us some idea or the other about every business. And we will certainly make it a rule. I mean, in fact, the most recent Coimbatore I+ store that I visited was just about 6 weeks back. And it was very much on the ground floor on Racecourse Road, Mr. Subramaniam. In fact, the number of stores which are in the first floor or higher would be very, very, very small. But notwithstanding that, we'll make it a point not to set it up anywhere else, but on the ground floor at best 2-3 steps from the ground. And multi-brand stores, we do have wherever possible a Tanishq, a Taneira next to each other, and of course a Titan I+ and a Titan Watch next to each other. Now we have Mia, Taneira, Helios, Titan next to each other. So, everyone is realizing the beneficial advantages of this cross-brand thing and doing that. Senior citizens paradise outreach, yes. We will tell the Coimbatore team to do that. I spoke recently on the huge opportunity for silvers, and many of these senior citizens are also NRI, sort of connected, and therefore I'm sure waiting to buy a 50,000 rupee pair of lenses and specs and all that. So yes, we will do that. Premiumization or mass. I spoke about R&D expenditure. I spoke about gold price again. How many stores? Mrs. Mascarenhas and Mr. Mascarenhas, as always, both of you talking to us. It's so nice to hear. Mr. Bakshi, Diamond Experience Center, I gave an answer on that. Mr. Vakil, physical or hybrid. I leave it to Dinesh to examine, the suggestions on that front. Invite local shareholders for company events. Again, Dinesh, if you can just, shareholders discounts, making charges. Making charges are high. Making charges need to be high because finally an enterprise and all the stakeholders of that enterprise need to get decent value for all their efforts, including the shareholders. And therefore the making charges have to be seen in that context. And yes, when you actually return the jewelry, it feels like you're losing some, but it's part of the journey to make Tanishq and other brands truly an accessory. If you look at the profitability of a Tiffany & Company, it's about 17 or 18% PBT margin. It's because making charges not even, there's no concept of a making charge in the US. It's just part of what is called a price. And therefore, we do need to appreciate this point and get used to the fact that the premium that Tanishq charges is for the quality, the exceptional level of finish, the superlative customer experience, and the unimaginable trust that it brings, including when you come to exchange it, whenever you come to exchange it. So there is a price to pay, and I will just close my responses with a very powerful defense of this that a customer of Tanishq shared with me and many others in Salem, small town in Tamil Nadu last month. She came and spoke at the inauguration of this new store, a renovated new store, and she said, some of my friends ask me, Tanishq, isn't it expensive? And I tell them, yes, it's a little bit expensive, but it's got this great quality. It is the most beautifully finished jewelry in the country. It's got materials which are the best that you can find. You just love the store experience. Whenever I feel like, throwing away my stress, any stress in my life, I enter the Tanishq store, have a cup of tea with my friend, sales staff, and then my stress simply disappears. So these are all the beautiful things about Tanishq, but equally, the Tata Group, which finally owns Tanishq, spent 30 crores in Salem in bringing up self-help groups of women and bringing them livelihood. So I know that the higher making charge that I pay is finally coming back to Salem itself to uplift the people of Salem. So I'm very proud to pay the higher making charges for Tanishq. Thank you. And thank you very much for all these years of support for me. It's been a fabulous 35 years plus in Titan Company. This will be my last AGM. And of course, I'm going to be here for a few more months, but this is my last AGM. And I've been witness to the shareholder comments for maybe 15 years or so. Always been very encouraging, a little bit challenging, but always encouraging, always supporting. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to be part of this exceptional company, institution, as Bhaskar started calling it more than a decade back. And I would also like to thank, in the presence of the shareholders, my gratitude to the board of Titan, to the Tamil Nadu government and TIDCO, and of course the Tata Group, and all the independent directors whose presence, whose everything they have done to me, particularly in the last 6 years in my role. It's a magical board. There is no other expression I would use. There is a lot of respect. There is a lot of transparency. There is a lot of humor. There is a lot of humility. And that's what makes the Titan board the best board in the world. Thank you very much, board. Thank you very much, shareholders, for that great journey that I've had immense fortune to have.
Thank you, sir. I now authorize Mr. Dinesh Shetty, General Counsel and Company Secretary, to conduct the voting procedure and conclude the meeting. The e-voting facility will remain open for the next 15 minutes to enable members to cast their vote. The results would be announced within 48 hours of the conclusion of the meeting, and the same would be intimated to the stock exchanges and uploaded on the website of the company and NSDL. I thank the shareholders for attending the meeting. and for their continued support for showing their keen interest in the company by seeking clarifications on various matters. I also thank the directors for joining the meeting remotely. With your consent, I and the other board members would like to leave the meeting. I request all shareholders to stay safe and healthy. Thank you.